Hey everybody, I am in Guatemala. What am I doing here? Well, I'm going to try to climb a volcano that is actually connected to an active volcano. The hike starts tomorrow, 9 o'clock, or at least we start taking the transport to the bottom of the volcano. And then we start climbing, and the idea is you climb for the day. You get to the base camp, you sleep in a tent with a sleeping bag. You wake up about 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning. It's pitch dark, and you make the last little ascent. Well, it's not even a little ascent. It's still a couple of hours to reach the summit at hopefully before sunrise. There are many different kinds of volcanoes. This one is called Volcan Asatenango, and it's connected to an active volcano called Fuego. Asatenango is a little bit higher than Fuego, so you can actually climb all the way to the top and then look down at the other volcano that's actually erupting on a pretty regular basis, not like, or at least I hope it's not. I usually don't do these types of things twice, and to be honest, this is the second time I've done this. The first time I didn't record it. It was a few years ago, and the reason I'm doing it again is because it's probably one of the most difficult hikes you can make. I've done lots of hikes, and I'm talking about a hike for an amateur. Not because you're like going up ropes or anything like that. There's nothing like that. But it is like, there are parts of it that are very straight up. So I'm hoping that this time it's not quite as bad. I'm in a little bit better shape. I'm a little bit better prepared. One of the problems that I had the last time was actually rocks getting into my into my hiking boots. You don't really have time to take small rocks out of your shoes. This time I bought myself some gaiters. They'll probably look super nerdy, but I may be the only one without rocks in my shoes. Everybody's always lots of smiles at the beginning. All right, I just did the first leg of this trip. It was as harsh as I remember. I think it's taking me a few minutes to get acclimatized to the altitude. And I know that the next one is even harder than the first one, so hopefully I can catch my breath and continue up that direction. All right, so after the second stop, we have to do a registration over here, and second leg was as hard as the first one. So hopefully I catch my breath before we start the third, which should be any time right now. It's only 5 minutes to where we stop for lunch. I don't know what my heart rate is. It feels really high. Sometimes I just stop and catch my breath for a few minutes. It's so hard to video. It just takes so much energy to just put one foot in front of the other. This is such a hard hike. This one, so challenging. 5 minutes to lunch. There are things that are sore, and they've been sore for a long time. It's getting a little bit colder, especially when the sun goes up. I'm at the back. And the thing about being at the back is that by the time you get to the next rest stop, they already say, let's go. And then I want to hit somebody with my stick. Clouds are really close right now.
bit of an easier spot right now. We've been going pretty much straight up the first 4 or 5 sections, and this is relatively flat and even a little bit down, which seems counterproductive from going up. You can see maybe some of the small towns down there. The views are amazing, but to get up here requires a whole ton of effort. And I'm still smiling, but I'm dying on the inside. If you can believe it, I'm actually going down before I start going back up again. So I'm enjoying this little section. So far the temperature's been pretty good. When the sun is out, it's actually pretty hot. But the rest of the time you can start to feel the temperature start to drop a little bit. It's a walking stick worth every penny. I don't know what it is. It's like $2 Guatemalan dollars. Right now I'm just carrying it on my shoulder, but in a few minutes I'll start going back up again and I'll need it again. I'll just show you the final little bit to get to the base camp. You see we're definitely above most of the clouds. There's still some above us. All right, the last little bit. Here we go. There's a lot of dust. Just a few more little switchbacks. Oh, and of course it's very slippery and steep. Boy. Washroom here, not the Hyatt. And I made it. Let me show you the accommodations for tonight. There's my tarp. Just under here. It's out of the wind, which is nice, but for me, claustrophobia should set in within minutes. So far I'm solo in the tent, which I may or may not get lucky, but who knows. And you can just see it erupting through the clouds. That little puff at the top is an eruption. So that is the top of a volcano. It's cold. Dark out now. There's lots of clouds at the top, but super windy too. You can probably hear that in the microphone. We made it. It's too bad it's so cloudy. We can't really see too much. Right, it's the morning of day 2. Volcano is erupting. It was erupting kind of all night. At night, you can see all of the lava and things like that. During the day, it tends to look more just like a cloud of ash. That's what I feel like I've been breathing in the last couple of days, but you can see we're really close to it, and we were really close to it yesterday. The idea today is to have breakfast, which is hot chocolate, and then go back down the 13,000 feet, which is a good quad exercise. So yeah, look at that. Amazing. So this is sunrise in volcano land. That is Volcan Agua. This one is Fuego, which we were at last night. It is the active erupty one. And I am standing on Asatenango, which goes up there. It's a lot easier to take video going down than it is going up because it was so difficult. But nice day today though, to be in the clouds.